So why is it that some Christians tend to debate? Why do they like to debate? Of course, it's possible that a Christian likes to debate simply because they're seeking to display their intellectual gifts and superiority over their brethren. And this, of course, is sin, for we are not to do anything from vainglory. But note that even though it's possible that some Christians might debate solely for this corrupt reason, it doesn't mean all debating is wrong. And also, even if a Christian is arguing from such motives, I must point out that it's not anyone's place to accuse them of arguing from such motives, because then you'd be in violation of 1 Corinthians 13, which speaks about how love thinks no evil. And this means that we're not to assume the worst of our brethren and attribute sinful motives to them when they do something outwardly good. It's just not our place to pass judgment on the secret things of the heart. The secret things of the heart, the motives of the heart, are for God to judge in Him alone. But what I want to focus on mainly is on one of the good reasons why some Christians engage in debating. And it's simply because they believe they have the truth, and they have a passion for that truth. And that passion leads them to seeking to persuade others to come to that truth. I think we all know by experience that the things that we're truly passionate about, we will tend to argue for. I mean, have you ever been in an argument with somebody about something? It doesn't have to be something spiritual. Maybe you're defending your character, your reputation. Maybe it's in regard to relationship issues, financial issues, politics, job-related issues, and so forth. And why are you arguing? It's mainly because of your passion about whatever you're arguing about. And it's hopefully also because of your love for the person you're speaking to. Again, when you're truly passionate about something, about someone, a cause or a belief, you will tend to argue or debate in its defense because you want other people to think accurately about what you love and what you are passionate about. For example, let's assume, for argument's sake, that I attack someone you dearly love. Maybe it's your spouse or your friend or your best friend. And I suggest that your loved one is a liar, or they're deceptive, or they're two-faced. Now, what's your response going to be? Are you going to say to me, well, Scott, you believe my spouse is a liar. Oh, that's okay. I'll respect that. That's just a conviction you have, and I'll respect that. Let's just agree. Let's just agree to disagree. We don't want to get into an argument or a debate over this. Well, I don't think that's going to be your response at all. Instead, if you truly love this person I'm attacking, you're going to get a bit upset and stirred up. And I think that passion you have for them is going to lead you to challenge me as to why I'm making those critical remarks about your loved one. And what might inevitably happen is that a debate or an argument might ensue. But now, would you like it if when you're arguing with me, when you're defending your loved one, and we're debating, and I say to you, well, you just like to debate. You just like to argue. Would that be fair? No, because you're not arguing because you like to argue. Instead, you're arguing because of your passion for your loved one. And you desire to come to their defense, and you want me to come to the truth about your loved one. That is why you're arguing with me. And this applies in the spiritual realm when it comes to doctrinal truth, or when it comes to the nature and the character of God. If you have a lot of passion for the truth, and you meet another Christian who differs with you, you are logically forced to conclude that that Christian is in error. And they are ultimately misrepresenting God. Because you simply cannot have two opposing positions and both be true at the same time. Somebody is wrong. Or you're both wrong. My point is, though, is that if you believe that you have the truth, and you are truly passionate, and you love that truth, and most importantly, you're passionate about God, and you care about your brethren, and you love them, and you should want to persuade them of their error in hopes of leading them to the truth. And that persuasion can come through having an exchange or a discussion. In other words, a debate. I'd like to leave you with a couple of questions. When you encounter another Christian who disagrees with you on a belief that you have, a belief that you claim to love and to be passionate about, why don't you want to try and persuade that Christian of their error? In a friendly, Christ-like way, of course. Could it be that you're not as passionate about what you believe as you say you are? Again, if I attack your spouse's reputation and you didn't come to their defense, what does that suggest about your passion about your spouse? I think it says you really don't care too much about them. Nor does it seem that you care too much about me. You don't seem to care if I'm in error in my thinking. Well, I don't think that's a particularly admirable attitude to have on your part. Or maybe you don't want to debate doctrinal truth because you simply don't care about other Christians. And you don't care, and you don't think much of them. Maybe you think they're too stubborn, they're too proud, they're too immature, or they're too set in their ways. And maybe they are. But I think it's more loving and admirable to at least give them the benefit of the doubt and give them a chance, an attempt to persuade them to come to the truth, that they might have correct thinking in regard to God's Word and God Himself. Thank you, and God bless.